In 2021, Arcane Studios, known for Dishonored and Prey, announced a new game, Redfall, a single-player, story-driven, immersive sim set in a richly detailed world that encouraged smart, player-driven choices. It was released in 2023 and quickly became one of Arcane's best-selling games. Really? No. Lol. It was a looter shooter and everyone hated it. Why does this keep happening? To maximize shareholder value. Profit at the expense of art? Yeah, or enshittification, if you want to get technical about it. When Arcane announced an open-world co-op, multiplayer-focused vampire looter shooter, that should have been the first red flag. Look, I changed it to say red flag instead of Redfall. That's very clever of you. Well done. Thank you. People were expecting carefully designed levels, environmental storytelling, and meaningful player choice, things Arcane are known for. What they got was a 30 FPS looter shooter with vampires. The first mission, being called Dead in the Water, is objectively hilarious. To make matters worse, this is Microsoft's first $70 game. Or $100 for the deluxe edition. It is currently £38. It's crazy how £70 has become the default for game prices, but they've yet to settle on a default for game quality. The default for game quality is broken at launch. What if it's quadruple A? Then you have to play Skull and Bones. Oh, I don't want to. The AI barely functioned, enemies stood still, vampires forgot how doors worked, bosses could be killed by standing on a car, and somehow, the game was always online, even in single player. Why? No one knows. You'd think a game about vampires would have higher stakes. Get it? Stakes. Because vampires, swear, Bramley, I'm going to kill you. How in the ever-loving did the team who made Prey, one of the greatest and most tightly designed immersive sims of all time, produce this pile of absolute nonsense in 5 years? Because this Arcane is not the Arcane that made Prey. Key creatives left, senior developers moved on, leadership changed. How many staff can you replace until it's no longer Arcane? It's all a bit a ship of Theseus, isn't it? If you're trying to sound like an insufferable knobend, it is, yeah. Yeah, no one's gonna get that reference, are they? Redfall feels like a game designed by committee, chasing trends from 5 years ago, released unfinished, unsold at a premium price. Reviewers were left saying things like,
Redfall is one of the worst handling shooters I've played on a console.
I just don't think there's a reason to play this right now. Like, I really don't think so.
I would actually cry if this game is like 10 more hours.
Phil Spencer even went so far as to issue an apology. We need Jeff Keighley to introduce a worst game at launch category at the Video Game Awards. To the 7 people still playing Redfall, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I hope you get the help you need. I'm gonna sound very old, but this is the kind of game you would rent from Blockbuster for a week for a $5 and then never play again. To quote a man on YouTube with more subscribers than me, doesn't really narrow it down. Shut up. If a developer can't be bothered to finish their game, then why should I? And to quote me, famous internet YouTube sensation Bramley Bear, I would rather read a book than play this. Controversial? No, this is controversial. That is wildly inappropriate. Anyway, it's not as bad as Starfield, is it?